Since everybody is always so focused on females in Battlefield games nowadays, let's take a look at some of the women that played a significant role in some of the Battlefield titles, because this might surprise you, but they were in some of the games for as long as I remember. Some of them were good and some of them were bad, like really bad, like so bad. Anyway, like I said, women had some significant roles in Battlefield games for as long as I remember, and since my memory is pretty garbage, we're not gonna go back to the first Battlefield title, we're gonna start off with good old Battlefield Bad Company 1. Yes, I know, I talk about Bad Company 1 way too much, but to my knowledge, one of the first female characters was introduced in this game. Now, you couldn't see her, but you could hear her, and her name was Mike 1 Juliet, or as Sweetwater called her, Miss July.
Bravo 1 Charlie, this is Mike 1 Juliet, over.
Listen, it's the new dispatch girl, Miss July.
Now she was pretty cool, especially at the start, until you and your squad messed up and she basically bailed on you. And that was a pretty scummy move of her.
Mike 1 Juliet, this is Bravo 1 Charlie, over.
I hope you have a very good explanation for this, Sergeant, over.
It was my call, we had to, retaliate a hostile. A threat. Over.
Just get yourselves back to base, over.
That's fine with me, I was planning to go fishing anyway. Over.
You're facing court-martial. I don't think you're gonna go anywhere for at least 9 to 12 months. Out.
But of course she can't give up on you guys, and eventually she helps you. But at the end of it all, of course you want something in return.
And hey, don't you boys forget me if you hit the mother load. Out.
Just tell me your favorite color, baby.
Gold diggers everywhere, man. So that was Battlefield Bad Company 1. Now in Battlefield Bad Company 2, there weren't any female roles in the campaign, believe it or not. So far, people complaining about this do have a point. There aren't many female roles in Battlefield games. It's a weird thing to get mad over in my opinion, but whatever. In Battlefield 3 though, this changed. In one of the single player campaign missions, you actually play as a female character. Her name was Lieutenant Jennifer Colby Hawkins. And if you remember my last video where I talked about the top 5 missions in Battlefield history, on the number 1 spot, sorry for the spoilers, I rank the Going Hunting mission from Battlefield 3 as number 1. This is the mission where you play as a female. Now, some people till this day still don't know she is a female. Hell, even Blackburn doesn't know she is a female.
Tell me about your interaction with Lieutenant Colby Hawkins. She was an F-18 pilot?
She? Don't know her. She...
Look at his face, he's so confused. But yeah, you do play as a female character in this mission, which also happens to be the best mission in Battlefield history. Now again, you could argue that she only plays a minor role, she doesn't do a whole lot of talking, but don't worry, this was about to change in the next title of the Battlefield franchise. Let me introduce you to Hannah. I don't really like her, to be honest. She's smug, patronizing, and she stabbed you in the back and got you captured by the Chinese military. Again, that's a pretty scummy move in my opinion. Your first encounter with her is when you are saving Kovic from his hotel room. He introduces you to her as significant woman. Well, she's significant alright. I feel like every character in Battlefield 4's campaign hates her, myself included. Irish hates her, that's no secret. That's actually the only reason why I kinda like Irish, our mutual hate towards Hannah. But we are not the only one. Take a look at this scene.
You need to do a CT scan. He may have intracranial bleeding.
We've got no means. Most of our equipment went down in the EMP blast. Look, the plan is to rendezvous with the USS Titan, and then we can use their facilities. Ma'am, I'm gonna keep close tabs on your husband.
I will stay with him. I have medical training.
She's like, oh god, this woman is annoying. Anyway, like I said, your first encounter with her is in this hotel room in Shanghai, and you need to get her, her husband and Kovic extracted. So you're making your way to the rooftop to get a helicopter. And look how she walks. I'm telling you guys, everything about her annoys the hell out of me. Now, before you get to see Hannah again later on in the campaign, there are a few more women you encounter. This one, and this one. I don't know, I just wanted to throw them in there. They are pretty creepy, but here comes Hannah again. And the weird thing is, she's going along on our mission. She's even in our squad.
Whoa, where do you think you're going?
I volunteered.
You volunteered, but who approved?
Captain Garrison, take it up with him.
You know about this?
Do you speak Mandarin, Sergeant?
Whether I do or don't, it's none of your concern, young lady.
Look, I'm just trying to help. You'll back me up, right?
No, I don't. So when she's been riding our backs all day long, calling out the shots, making her own decisions, even though I am the squad leader, Irish finally had enough of her and these infamous words were spoken.
What is your problem? You don't like having a woman in your squad?
I don't have a problem with women. I got a problem with liars!
Now I applaud Irish for that. He knew all along that she was a freaking snake in the grass. And it was actually pretty obvious that she was. Like here she wanted me to leave me to die on this bridge.
We gotta get off this bridge. It's too dangerous.
We are not gonna leave you behind. No one gets left behind.
And here she actually did betray us.
快过来，他们在这儿，我抓到他们了。
The fuck? You fuck!
Sorry, Rucker.
I'm gonna give you a C4 charge to blow yourself up at the end of this campaign. Now eventually she does save us and regain our trust, apparently, and she goes along in our squad on our final mission. She and Irish are even friends in this last mission.
You gonna throw up? Aim for the enemies on the ground.
So you play this mission and then finally one of the greatest, most satisfying endings in any video game ever made. You get to blow up Hannah. Now you do get a choice, you can decide to blow up either Hannah or Irish, but I didn't need much time to make a decision.
Rucker, when the detonator goes...
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the last we see of Hannah. But our next female character is not far away, as we enter Battlefield Hardline. In this game we have Agent Kai, and this young lady is a whole lot tougher than Hannah. Again, our first encounter with her is not that pleasant.
Sir, Mendoza's last run in the field, no offense, was a total clusterfuck.
You see, that's not nice. Now, we're not gonna say anything about her not being nice, because she does have anger issues.
Are we gonna have a problem?
Now, there are more female characters in Battlefield Hardline, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I can't be asked to go through Battlefield Hardline's campaign again. It's just too cheesy for me. But now things are getting interesting. We enter Battlefield 1, and as you may know, this game allows you to play as a female character for the very first time in Battlefield history in multiplayer. But more on that later. In Battlefield 1 you also play as a female character in the final war story called Nothing Is Written. Her name is Zara Gurfran, and surprise surprise, she's also pretty badass. She punches people, shoots people and stabs people. She is the right hand of T.E. Lawrence and she's actually a pretty cool character. I believe she's also based on a real historical person, but I'm not totally sure about that. If anyone knows, please educate me in the comment section down below. Now, Zara is pretty much a lone wolf. In a campaign mission she needs to retrieve a book of codes all by herself. She needs to take out 3 Ottoman commanders all by herself and destroy an armored tank also pretty much entirely by herself. So in my opinion, from all the female characters in the Battlefield games, she is the coolest so far. But don't forget, we still have one more Battlefield game to go, Battlefield 5. Before we go there though, let's talk about playing as a female soldier in multiplayer for the very first time in Battlefield history. Initially this was not possible in Battlefield 1, but when the Russian DLC In the Name of the Tsar came out, you played as a female Russian scout. And this was based off the Russian Women Battalion, called the Women's Battalion of Death. And in my opinion, this was a great way to introduce female characters to the multiplayer, because it still had a connection to historical authenticity. But of course, as we all know, this was not enough, and they took it to a whole new level in Battlefield 5. So first off, we have our Bionic Lady. Everybody knows about her. Not everybody loves her, let's keep it real. But what we do know about her is that she is fighting on the front lines for the British faction. She has red hair, no helmet, Braveheart makeup and of course a prosthetic arm. Oh, and don't forget about the cricket bat with barbed wire. Interesting choice of weapon. I do have to mention though that because of all the backlash DICE has received, they stated that they will tone down the wacky customization options in the final release of the game. Besides the Bionic Lady, we also have an Asian female character who's fighting for the Allied forces. Not much is known about her, except that she also doesn't wear helmets. And the last female character in Battlefield 5's multiplayer that we've seen so far is the woman with the beanie. Again, not much is known about her, except for the fact that she doesn't like helmets, of course. Finally, we're gonna take a look at the single player campaign. Not too long ago, we got the official single player trailer for Battlefield 5. And in this trailer, we saw yet again some female characters. Though you only play as one of them in one of the war stories. That war story is called Nordlies, I think that's how you pronounce it. And in this war story you play as a female skiing badass who wants to stop Germany's evil nuclear plans. The other female is her mother. And that's it. That's all I have for you guys in terms of female characters in Battlefield games. So what do you guys think? Are women underrepresented in Battlefield games? I think I already know the answer, but please be sure to tell me in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Of course, this was just a little bit of banter. Except everything I said about Hannah, I really do hate her. If you did enjoy the video, then don't forget to drop a like. It really helps the video to get more views. Subscribe and notifications on if you haven't already. And with that being said, I see you guys next time.